going on, everyone? Togavor here, and today I'm bringing you guys Season 4, Week 9 of the NPL. We're facing off against Dave Ferneep and the Montreal Cobalions. He tries to say this weird fucking French way, I don't understand. But anyways, we're facing off against this kid. We played him Week 4 and 7 with full Corona, but he's made a bunch of new changes to his team that makes it quite threatening to mine. Those include sending away Excadrill for Curum Black and dropping Serperior for Staraptor. So while Serperior was a big threat to my team, Staraptor is also a massive threat to my team, and its ability, like, it's able to 2-hit KO everything if it's banded. So I do think he will bring a banded Staraptor. But yeah, so with these team changes, you can see he has Nidoking, Weavile, Keldeo, Mega Charizard, X Ferrothorn, Granbull, Slowbro, Mandibuzz, and Machamp, Kyurem, Staraptor. That's his team. So let's go into what I brought. I brought this is kind of my check to his Staraptor. I'm running max speed to outspeed it, or at least speed tie it, and then Volt Switch out and kill it. I'm running Yache Berry because, like, Nidoking and things, Ice Beam. Also, like, if he's Scarf Kyurem Black or something, I can Volt Switch out after taking a hit into something else. Probably to my Zoomerl if he's revealed that he's Scarfed. That's why the Yache Berry is there for Kyurem. But there's a whole bunch of things. Heat Wave, it hits Ferrothorn. That's into the replay, wrong thing. But it hits Ferrothorn. Yache Berry also helps me beat Weavile. And Heat Wave can OHKO that. HPIs hits the Nidoking. And yeah, and offensive-ish because I can 2-hit KO like Nidoking and things. And then Roost to keep me healthy. I don't really need Defog because he won't be able to spike stack versus my team really. And Ferrothorn is the only thing that can do it. And there's a good chance I think he doesn't even bring Ferrothorn. But this is my Zapdos set. Yeah, looking to do some good work to his team, give me momentum, pivot around. That's basically what it's to do. So here I have a Mega Gardevoir with Hyper Voice, Hidden Power Fire for the Ferrothorn. Heal Bell because I feel like last time he lost to my Quiverdane's Volcarona, so I think he'll really want to bring status on like Slowbro, which is something my Gardevoir will want to switch into. So Heal Bell is going to be important to get Thunder Waves or Toxics off, and then Psyshock to hit his Nidoking basically. Hyper Voice hits anything else. The speed lets me out. So yeah, this speed is for something. Kyurem Black lets me outspeed max speed Kyurem. So next we have basically the same Garchomp set we brought last time: Toxic, Fire Blast, Earthquake, Stealth Rock. But the Habanberry, that way Megazord X doesn't sweep me because Megazord X is a scary Pokemon. And Toxic to wear things like Slowbro down. Earthquake to just do general good damage to his team, and Fire Blast for Ferrothorn. Rocks because he has Mandibuzz and Charizard. Next we have a Conberry, a Zoomer Conberry there because Kyurem Black. I wanted to bring Belly Jump, but Kyurem Black really stopped me from doing that. Superpower Knockoff, Play Rough Aqua Jet hits his team. Knockoff can hit Slowbro harder and can get rid of an item. And then Play Rough for things like Mandibuzz, Kyurem. Superpower can hit Ferrothorn and also give me a 100% accurate move to hit his Kyurem because things scary. Okay, and then we have Cresselia. Pretty much the same set I brought last time. HP Fighting for Weavile. This is my Weavile counter because I can take a good hit pretty well with Colbert, and then I can take like 40% max, 42% max I think, after the Colbert is knocked off with Knockoff, and he might also be predicting my switch and stuff. HP Fighting also OHKOs him. I can T-Wave his things like Megazord if he's not running Substitute, which I don't think he can afford to run versus my team, because he'd want to run Flare Blitz to hit things like Zapdos, Mega Gardevoir, Thunder Punch to hit that, and then Dragon Claw. So I really don't think he can afford to run that, so I expect DD3 attacks if he does decide to bring it. So T-Wave is a safe bet to help check that. Next we have Scarf Terrakion because if we're able to weaken Mandibuzz, Stoners can knock it out, and weaken Slowbro, this thing can just straight run through his team, as I don't yet, with like Staraptor, Kyurem, and such, and so it'll be a really important member and has a good chance of cleaning up late game. But anyways, I'll be right back, and we'll hop straight into the battle. Alright, so we're back with the battle. You can see he brought his Staraptor, Weavile, Slowbro, not Slowking, Nidoking, and Kyurem Black, and Mandibuzz, pretty much a team that I predicted. And I feel like I have a really good matchup. Mega Gardevoir absolutely bodies him. So let's hop into the match. So I just lead with my Zapdos so I can Volt Switch out on anything, and he brings with lead with Slowbro, which is just fantastic for me. And I Volt Switch right away, and that does like nothing. This is max speed F Slowbro, and I realized I really didn't prepare for for this enough. Gardevoir doesn't even have a guaranteed 2-hit KO on it. But you see here he misses the Toxic. This actually ends up working out like better for him, to be honest, overall, because you can see right here, I Hyper Voice him and it doesn't kill, which I was really surprised by, to be honest. And he T-Waves me, and so I'm thinking, you know, this is fine. I have Heal Bell. It's whatever. He scalds me. I'm like, this is great. And then I get paralyzed, and I'm like, okay, that's fine because he just scalded, so I can take another one. It's fine. So he sends out his Nidoking, and I get paralyzed again. And I'm gonna just pause right here. You can see I do switch out. Into my Crest, because that's just my safe switch into Nidoking. But had I gone out, unless he was Sash Nidoking, which I actually don't know, I could have just, after getting that status off, just Psyshocked and killed that. So it was really unfortunate. He gets up his rocks as I go into Crest, which is fine. And then he switches into Slowbro on this, and I T-Wave this, which is good. I wish I did have Toxic on this. At one point, I did have Toxic on my Crest, but I took it off for T-Wave. Toxic would have been just so much better in the matchup. But I go into my Zapdos on this. I take a Scald fairly well, but he burns me because Dave is just getting every single hacks that he can. That's basically what's happening. So right here, I don't know what he's going to do, so I just Roost to get him, to heal myself back up. And he goes into Nidoking, and I'm like, this is great. I'm going to outspeed him, I'm going to 2-hit KO him with the HP Ice, but he's some kind of weird, bulky Nidoking. And he obviously isn't going to be able to take me out with the Ice Beam due to my Yache Berry. And then right here, I just Roost, or no, yeah, I HP Ice again here, just trying to kill him, because it was a roll, even then I think, but I got like min rolls twice, actually. Yeah, I think I just got the min roll twice. But then, so he does that, and then I heal up with the Roost here, and then right here, so the way he brought this in, I'm kind of thinking that it could be Scarf, but because if it's not, I could just continually like Roost up on this thing, and it wouldn't be able to really do much to me. But anyways, my play here is just to go for Volt Switch to check if it's Scarfed. I mean, I could have Roosted too, but I'm just gonna go for Volt Switch here. And you're going to see, regardless of if I clicked Roost or not, it doesn't matter because he is Scarfed. But that just means my Azumarill gets a free switch in here. And right here, I believe I just clicked Knockoff. Because I was fearing the slow Bro switch, which I should have just played rough there. It was my safest play. So I could have 2-hit KO'd this, but it doesn't matter because he's scared of the Belly Drum and Whirlwinds me out anyway. And he whirlwinds me on Terrakion, which is fine because I'm just going to go straight for a Stone Edge. He does not have a good switch into Terrakion, because his Nidoking is weakened. So since his Nidoking is at 1% and his Mandibuzz is weakened, this thing we just need to weaken the Slowbro here, and we win this game with Terrakion. So I go into my Azumarill as he Scalds and burns me, which is huge because my knockoff, as he is specially defensive, would have done so much to this. As you can see, I go for knockoff now. I would have gotten 50% off with that knockoff. And since he now shows Psyshock, he doesn't have Slack Off, which means I would have knocked off his leftovers, which is his only form of recovery, and brought him to 50%, which means he would have only come in at 80% the next time he came in, which just would have been really big for me. And just trying to chip him down. But he brings in his Kyurem as I just go for Play Rough and get a nice chunk of damage off of it. And then right here, I bring in a Crest, and he goes for Fusion Bolt as I go for T-Wave and paralyze that. And now right here, I go for, okay, so right here, I'm thinking a really obvious play for me is because I know that he's Scarfed, and that just did nothing to me. A really obvious play, and a play that I actually considered making, was going to Garchomp. Now, looking back on it, I wish I had, because Garchomp pressures Slowbro much more, given that it's physically defensive and doesn't have Ice Beam. So, I really thought that Weavile would be his play there, because Weavile is A decent switch into Cresselia, and B, a really good switch into Garchomp, which is the obvious switch into the Scarfed Kyurem. But he decides not to do that and go into his Slowbro, which, I mean, good play on his part. He wants to get a Toxic on this thing, I understand. But, I just go into my Gardevoir here, predicting the Toxic, and he gets paralyzed, so I have no idea, but serves him right for paralyzing me twice before. So right here, you know what I do? I go for the Hyper Voice, which I should have Heal Belled there. Had I Heal Belled there, the game would have been so much easier. I should have just tried to get my Heal Bell off. The reason I didn't is I didn't want to give something like Weavile or Staraptor free switching, but he wouldn't take the risk of switching any of his offensive threats into Gardevoir, as it's in my favor to not get paralyzed anyway. And if he stayed in, Heal Bell was my better play. So I really should have gone for it. But he didn't, because it would have prevented his Nidoking from coming in here and then wearing down my Cress. Which, I don't know. So this happens, he Sludge Waves me, and I just get him to recover up a bunch. You'll see here, I can skip these turns until I get to 91%. Now right here, again, I predict his Weavile to come in right here. And go for the HP fighting. Did I actually go for the HP fighting before? No, I went for the T-Wave before. But the T-Wave was still predicting the, sorry, I might have said I went for the HP fighting before. Because I was thinking of this similar series of plays. But I did predict his Weavile before, that's why. But like, T-Wave was just the best play there. But now, that did nothing, but I'm going to go into this, and he scalds me, which is really unfortunate. Now, I really have to hope that I break through for Hyper Voice to get big damage off here, but I don't. The Hacks has been really bad at this point. He's burned my Azumarill with a Scald, with his first Scald, and my Zapdos the first Scald, and gotten triple para on my Mega Gardevoir, which was instrumental in taking down all of those threats. This game would have been very, very different if none of those things, or even just a couple of those things had happened. But right here, I know my best play is to go into my my Garchomp here and just click Earthquake, as Staraptor is not going to come in. And then right here brings this back in. And I just know that I need to weaken this so that my Terrakion can take it out. Because I know that he doesn't have Recover. And right here, Toxic wouldn't have mattered on this thing, as you'll see of what ends up happening. But, like, I should have gone for Toxic. I knew he was going to switch out there. He knew it was getting weakened, and he couldn't afford that. Because he didn't get the burn. If he'd gotten the burn there, I definitely would have lost this game. But, I just know at this point I need to sacrifice my Cresselia. It's my only play here. I need my other Pokemon around. So I go into Terrakion. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I could have not, because my Crest could have 1v1'd Weavile. So what I could have done there is just sacked Garchomp, and then gone into this. But this was just the way that I decided to play it. I think it was the best way to play it, but we'll see here. Here I just go for the Stone Edge. Close Combat would kill this and obviously kill the Weavile, but in case he wanted to save this to take out my Garchomp, which he didn't have a reason to. I mean, I should have probably gone for Close Combat there. But it's okay. I know that I cannot stay on this. That's my win condition. So I go into my Garchomp, and he scalds me. I'm like, don't burn, don't burn, don't burn. And he doesn't. And I Earthquake, and I get a crit here, and he gets paralyzed, and I feel 0% bad because of how much he hacks me before. So I go for another Earthquake, and he takes me out with the Scald. Now right here, I could have gone for the Close Combat because it would have taken this out. But the reason I didn't is because the Close Combat, if he had switched and sacked Weavile there, then came back in with this, he would have won the game, which I know there's no way he did that because he didn't know if I was Scarfed or not. And so actually, yeah, I hadn't revealed that I was Scarfed yet. So there was no reason for him to make that play. CC was definitely the safest play to ensure that I win, and we'll see what ends up happening as I do that and knock out his Slowbro. Then his Weavile comes in, and this is where he makes a misplay. He Ice Shards me, which does a good amount of damage. I X-Scissor, and I get the lowest possible roll. It's another point where I got low-rolled the Zapdos, low-rolls the Nidoking earlier. I low-roll the Weavile. But he goes for Ice Shard. If he had gone for Icicle Crash, Ice Shard would have killed me, and I think I still win, because I think if you die to your own Life Orb, the other person wins. I believe. I know that if it's Recoil, you don't, but I think if it's your own Life Orb, you do. But anyways, yeah, that's what happened. I won 1-0 through some adverse hacks, but anyways, now your Timburrs are 6-3 with a +11 differential, and a really good spot for the playoffs, especially because some other stuff that happened this week. But yeah, so we're looking good for the playoffs, and I'll see you guys next week versus Dallas, our division rival, for a chance to clinch the playoffs with a win there. But anyways, I'm Togavora, you're yourself. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!